Absorbs dirt and grime deep inside.
And it helps prevent streaks and haze.
Stop cleaning, it starts Swiffering.
What's for dinner? Panera. Freshly prepared with clean ingredients. It's not just a night off from cooking. It's a delicious night on for everyone at the table. Panera. $0 delivery fee for a limited time.
I am on set of season 8 of The Masked Singer.
Season 8? That's how many kids I got. Hey. For now.
Oh. I love that Nick has a sense of humor about this.
Whatever, he knew he was speaking too soon because we all know number 10 is on the way. Before we go, congrats to Adele, who took home an Emmy over the weekend at the Creative Arts Emmys for her CBS concert special, Adele, One Night Only. She posted this shot with her lucky lady and the caption, "Trust me to officially have an ego because, yes, she is a Tony Award away from becoming an EGOT winner." You go, Adele.
More big winners. Chadwick Boseman won a posthumous Emmy voicing Black Panther's T'Challa in Marvel's What If.
I barely moved. Hit me.
RuPaul also made history as the most winning Black artist ever with Emmy number 7 as host, 12 overall, for RuPaul's Drag Race.
You know, 7 also proved to be lucky for Nathan.
Happening now.
As Uvalde students return to the classroom this morning, one Texas senator is demanding more safety measures for those students.
And we can still see a few showers develop closer to the Alamo City this afternoon. We'll take a look at radar and talk about which day this week has the best rain chances in just a bit.
And he's a big draw. Thousands of people are expected to go to the Alamo Dome tomorrow to see Latin trap rapper Bad Bunny. What the city's doing to try to prevent parking and traffic nightmares downtown. The news at 5 starts right now. They may be held accountable for their inaction in Uvalde. KSAT 12 learning 5 Texas Department of Public Safety officers who responded to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary, where 21 lives were lost, will now be facing an investigation into their actions.
And that is according to a DPS official. Those officers in question were referred to the Inspector General's office, which will then determine if the officers violated any policies in that response.
This information comes as many news outlets are learning about a letter sent to DPS employees from Director Steve McCraw from back in July.
That letter discusses the referral to have those 5 DPS officers investigated, along with 2 new orders that are supposed to change the way police handle active shooter situations in Texas.
Yeah, the first being that if an active shooter situation is declared, it cannot be treated as anything else until the shooter is neutralized.
The second order talks about how all DPS employees, both troopers and rangers, are ordered to override any other law enforcement officers who are standing in the way of neutralizing a school shooter.
To read more about this letter, it is on our website right now at KSAT.com.
And today was the first day of school in Uvalde. While some parents are hoping for a fresh start, there is so much grief and anxiety still fresh from all the pain.
Yeah, campus security changes are not complete in that city, and some parents and community members are still angry that state lawmakers took no action over the summer.
Erica Hernandez tells us why one Texas senator is continuing to demand more from the state.
It was a crucial step to healing and recovering in Uvalde this morning as students return to class. But Texas Senator Roland Gutierrez has concern.
Here at this school, we're certainly share the frustrations of some families as you travel from the different schools and see some of the nice new fencing. There is other schools that don't have fencing as yet.
This morning, there were DPS troopers at every school, and earlier this summer, Governor Greg Abbott provided $1.25 million to the district for trauma-informed counseling. According to Gutierrez, despite all that, about 3 campuses had no new fencing, including the high school.
We've got to figure all of this out over the course of the next few days and make sure that they have the security elements that they need going forward.
Gutierrez is also still looking for accountability and says families shouldn't have to be asking for change.
You know, parents, especially the surviving parents, not only do they want accountability, but they want to see laws change. We've got to do the right thing for communities. We've got to do the right thing for these families that want change in our laws.
One of those changes is raising the age limit to purchase an assault-style rifle, which Governor Greg Abbott said last week was unconstitutional, citing court rulings against gun restrictions. For now, it looks like families will have to wait until next year when a new legislative session begins.
As far as the fencing, Gutierrez said he will be sending a letter to the governor asking for more emergency funding to help the district complete all the increased security measures. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
And here in San Antonio, several school districts are showing their support for Uvalde CISD on their first day. Staff and students across the city were wearing maroon for Uvalde. Here are some of the photos from districts like Northside ISD, SAISD, Edgewood, and many more. You can check out all of these pictures at KSAT.com.
Uvalde strong. It's official. Rudy Garza, now the official president and CEO of CPS Energy. The utility made that announcement today. A board of trustees voted to approve his contract. Garza's 3-year contract runs through January 31st, 2026, includes a 2-year extension option. His salary will be $655,000 with no incentives or bonus pay. Garza has served as the interim president and CEO for the last 10 months.
Well, you hope the odds of someone breaking into your storage unit is unlikely, but it can happen. And for customers of Otter Storage, it happened twice within just weeks. This is what it looked like this morning at the location off of Southwest Loop 410 near Marbach Road. Burglars hit storage units in every aisle of this fenced-in property. Officers did arrest a man and woman who they say were helping themselves to all this stuff, but they don't know if they were the ones responsible for the break-in. They say surveillance cameras here may not have been working at the time either. The previous break-in at the same location happened just a few weeks ago.
Last time they smashed a lady's urns and she was sitting on the ground picking her parents' ashes up and putting them into an HEB bag.
Customers tried to move their belongings out after that, but the storage company stopped them. We did reach out to Otter Storage and could not get any answers about what will happen now. A supervisor refused to comment due to the ongoing police investigation.
Just like the flu shot, people may need to roll up their sleeves every year to help fight off COVID-19. White House officials discussing today annual shots may be necessary because the virus will likely linger for years to come. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says yearly shots could begin later this year.
We likely are moving towards a path with a vaccination cadence similar to that of the annual influenza vaccine, with annual updated COVID-19 shots matched to the currently circulating strains for most of the population.
Dr. Fauci also said people with weak immune systems may need more frequent protection. The shot could be revised if there's a significant new variant like what we saw with the Omicron variant last Thanksgiving. For now, people still encouraged to get the updated boosters to fight off the BA4 and BA5 subvariants.
When is the last time you saw a gas price like this? $2.89 a gallon. Fuel prices have been falling for 12 weeks straight. Certainly relief for drivers' wallets after a brutal summer. So will this trend continue? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz looks at what to expect as we turn the corner into fall.
These are signs of relief for drivers hurting from gas price pains.
This right here really make you seem like you're getting somewhere with your dollar.
Prices plunged another 12 cents in the past week, part of a 3-month slide from budget-busting highs.
It scared me there for a while when it went up to like past $4.50. And I was nervous, what was I going to do?
Remember June? We were paying an average $4.67 a gallon. Now, $3.11 a gallon. What's that come out to? Well, to fill up the average tank, it's now costing $25 less. Industry analysts say prices have tanked largely over worries that an economic slowdown would curb oil consumption. So what's next?
I do think there's a little bit more room to go lower in the days ahead, especially if there is more data that shows the economy is slowing.
Refineries switching to cheaper winter blends this month should push prices down too. Prices are still 40 cents a gallon higher than a year ago, but unless there's a disruption like a hurricane, Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says sky-high prices are in the rearview mirror.
For now, I think this fall should feature a solid possibility of prices remaining under $3 a gallon for a longer stretch than we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, I was like right before Eve.
Welcome news to Sarah Meyer, who fills her tank 5 times a week.
So roughly $200 or more. Yeah, so that's like a quarter of my paycheck.
As inflation stings, she wouldn't mind more relief at the pump. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Let's talk traffic and rap. Fans of the Latin trap rap artist Bad Bunny will be taking over San Antonio tomorrow. He's going to be headlining a concert at the Alamo Dome. The concert expected to bring in more than 54,000 people. That's great. But according to city officials, all those people downtown could cause parking and traffic problems. To try and avoid this, Via partnering with the Alamo Dome and creating a shuttle system. People will be able to park at the AT&T Center, take a Via bus to the Alamo Dome. The best part, it's only going to cost you $2.60 round trip.
It's great for the city of San Antonio. It's going to be great in every single way. We just want everybody to be able to park and to be able to get over to the Alamo Dome and enjoy themselves on a night that's going to be the biggest party on the planet. It will be right here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio.
There will also be discounts for seniors and students. The shuttle starts at 5 p.m. just as doors open for the concert that begins at 7.
Bad Bunny. You gotta love that name, right? It's classic. All right, taking a look at the radar right now. We have one downpour just north of Medina Lake, and this is along the Medina River, the Medina Lake watershed, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference in the water level at Medina Lake. It's just one of the really only showers out there to speak of right now. You see right near Bandera Falls, and especially just east of 173 here, between the river and 173 and just north of Lake Hills. That's just one downpour that we have. This is that 10% chance that Justin and Mike were talking about earlier this morning. Just a few little pop-ups, and we're still watching this outflow boundary as it heads towards Seguin. That could kickstart another shower or two as it ventures into Guadalupe County, then eventually even eastern Bexar County. Looking at temperatures, 88 Eagle Pass, 92 Floresville and Seguin. Shirts right now at 94. For the most part, low to mid 90s, not all that far from average for this time of year. And as we go through the evening, we'll gradually fall through the 80s, and then tomorrow morning start in the 70s. A much drier forecast to talk about. There is, however, one day that stands out with our best chance of rain, and I'm going to dive into that in just a bit, Myra.
All right, thank you, Adam. Dangerous wildfires out in the west, flood watches in the east. See the damage that has been done so far and how long this round of extreme weather is expected to last.
The Kanye West, superstar rapper, fashion designer known as Ye, showing interest on social media about collaborating with San Antonio's shoemakers. The response from the CEO of SAS that you might not expect.
But first, we're going to take a look at traffic out there right now. There's a bit of a problem here. I-37 at Hackberry. A couple of cars there, also a school bus, as you can see. 2 fire trucks there on the scene diverting traffic. An ambulance. We don't have any information on where this school bus might have been from, whether students were involved here, or what actually led to all of these vehicles being on the side of the road. But we're going to try to track that down, and we'll keep you updated. It is the next step in the massive multi-million-dollar makeover at Alamo Plaza. 3 popular businesses have closed in that area to make way for what will be a visitor center and museum. RJ Marquez tells us a timeline for those 2 new centers dedicated to Alamo's history.
Yeah, things are changing down there, believe it or not. As Bexar County prepares for the midterm elections this fall, commissioners want more locations for you to vote. Why election officials are trying to cut back. Those stories and more tonight at 6. Heavy rain and flooding in the east, in the west, record heat pushing the power grid to the limit.
This comes as a new wildfire joins the list of explosive fires out in California. The Fairview fire is raging and 2 people have died as a result.
ABC's Morgan Norwood with the story.
Extreme weather stretching out across all corners of the country. In the west, the region melting under a record-breaking heat wave. Multiple wildfires breaking out in California.
Got fire coming down the hill. Got houses out in front of it.
The Fairview fire exploding in the city of Hemet, scorching more than 2,700 acres, killing 2 people and injuring 3 others. Firefighters racing to contain the blaze, crews pleading for more resources.
Want to confirm you are requesting a total of 4 helicopters, 4 air tankers. Probably determine needs for additional air tankers.
At least 1,500 households told to get to safety as the fire rages over the hillsides. The flames swallowing everything. Homes, cars reduced to ashes. The thick black smoke even seen for miles.
Over in this direction, it was just huge black
cloud of smoke and it was coming towards us.
Just north of the Fairview fire, the Radford brush fire burning hundreds of acres in the San Bernardino forest and also prompting evacuations. And in Northern California, crews are making progress fighting a pair of fires that have also claimed the lives of 2 people. The fire threat exploding during a historic heat wave, temperatures nearly 20 degrees above normal. California's power company asking residents to cut back on energy usage, warning that high demand could lead to rolling blackouts.
We know it's been a long haul, and it's about to get even more difficult.
The heat in Arizona unrelenting and turning deadly. Crews responding to calls for heat exhaustion in Cave Creek, rescuing 6 hikers. 1 died from the extreme heat. Meanwhile, the East Coast now on the other side of flood watches after a weekend of heavy rain and severe flooding. Now, though rain does continue to fall, the flood watches have expired. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, here's something you might not had on your what's going to happen in 2022 bingo card. Ye, also known as Kanye West, and San Antonio shoemakers could be collaborating. The famous rapper expressed interest on social media after posting the company's logo, SAS. In an Instagram message, he explained how he wants to be the head of a board and wants a shoe company to give him control. Well, we reached out to SAS. In a statement, they said in part, quote, "We sincerely appreciate the interest that Ye has expressed towards our company and look forward to continuing the conversation around a potential collaboration," end quote. So they're not saying no.
If there was a story that made you did a double take, that is it.
Ye and SA. That's my favorite headline right there.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll stay on top of it. All right, 92 degrees out there.
Not many clouds.
Yeah, and not a lot of rain like we've experienced over the last few days.
No, and Saturday, really, that was our big day for rainfall over the weekend. And we could have a few showers tomorrow. That's the day that really stands out amongst the others in terms of a rain shot. Otherwise, a dry stretch of weather and staying under 100 degrees. All right, take a look at our rain chances. Pretty bleak here. Luckily, we had a damp pattern the past few weeks because obviously we needed the rain, and we're not going to get very much from here on out. We're talking a 30% chance tomorrow and then 0% from then on out through the weekend and even into the early and middle part of next week. Currently on the radar, not a lot to talk about. We've got that one downpour right near Medina, and especially just south of Medina, near Bandera Falls. It's close to Medina Lake, but not really hitting the lake. Not going to have an impact on the lake level for Medina Lake, unfortunately. This is just crossing over 173 right now. And then you go off to the east, nothing developing at the moment, but we do have this outflow boundary moving into Seguin. This green line, the basically push of cooler air from some thunderstorms that recently collapsed near the Gulf Coast. That's heading into Seguin, Lavernia, even eastern Bexar County. This has the off chance of developing 1 or 2 pop-up showers very briefly here over the next hour or so. So just something to watch. But you see, most of the rain today was closer to the Gulf coastline, parts of the coastal plain here, down in the valley as well. That's actually where we don't have any drought conditions across the state. East Texas and the valley. Those are the exceptions. So here's what we're watching for tomorrow. It's hard to see, but there's this little ripple in the upper level flow right near St. Louis. That's a weak disturbance that's going to head our way. It's tomorrow's disturbance. It's going to drop southward in this northerly flow aloft and help stir things up a little bit to give us that 30% chance by the afternoon. Here's our future cast. And most of the day is going to be very quiet. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. We'll start the day, I think, with a decent amount of sunshine. Then those patchy afternoon clouds developing. Noon hour, probably nothing on the radar screen. But once we get to about 2, 3 o'clock, that's when we could have a little bit of development out there. And notice our future cast is saying, yeah, 1 or 2 little showers popping up here and there, very widely separated activity that gives us that 30% chance. So limited coverage, nothing like what we had on Saturday or even the last couple of weeks, but at least there's another shot for a few quick soakers and quick downpours. This is 4 o'clock there. Don't pay close attention to the exact placement, just the mere fact that the Futurecast does develop some of that activity tomorrow and then dissipates by tomorrow evening. Once we lose that daytime heating, I think we'll lose those showers and storms. All right, let's talk temperatures. 93 the high today. It's 1 degree above average, far from the record of 102 set back in 1908. Currently, we're at 92. Dew point is 65, so it feels like it's 2 degrees warmer than the air temperature. Del Rio, 88 now. Kennedy, 84. We're 94 in New Braunfels. A fairly seasonable temperatures, pretty close to average for this time of year. Bernie at 90, Bulverde 91, Divine 93 degrees. You get the idea. And here's what we're expecting tomorrow morning. Around sunrise, we'll say 7 a.m., about 74 in San Antonio. You get an outline area 73 degrees, pretty standard. And then by the afternoon, we make it back into the 90s. Bulverde about 93, 95 in Converse. Potita about 94, and Castroville 95 for the afternoon high. Again, we'll start the day with a decent amount of sunshine, then those patchy clouds into the afternoon. Gives us about a 5-hour window of that 30% chance for the second part of the day tomorrow during the hottest part of the day. Not much of a breeze either. We have that calm wind now. Not going to change much, but look at our temperatures, mid-90s for highs. Under 100, and we're still just one day away from the all-time record number of 100-degree days. We're not going to hit it anytime soon.
Oof.
The clock's ticking for us.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
All right, Dallas Cowboys coming up. They're playing this weekend, but it's hard for me to believe the NFL season starts in 2 days.
Yeah, it sure does on Thursday, but the two biggest games we're looking at, of course, the Texans and the Cowboys. And for the Cowboys, their test is against the best when it comes to their defense, and that is quarterback Tom Brady. And also we come back, the Judson Independent School District announcing Operation Dogtags when we come back.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
When the Dallas Cowboys kick off their 2022 season this Sunday night against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will go up against the greatest quarterback in the history of the game, 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady. With both Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson gone and reworked offensive line because of the injury to Tyron Smith, the Cowboys rely heavily on their defense to start the season. What does DeMarcus Lawrence, who only played in 7 games last season, think of the challenge of going up against the best at his position?
Everybody knows Tom Brady's the GOAT, especially at quarterback, and how precise he is with his offense. Being able to go against him again for another week 1 start of the season, it's a great opportunity for us. Like I said earlier, I feel like we prepared well during training camp, and now it's time to let the dogs loose.
All right, meantime, the Houston Texans are trying to change their past with just 4 wins each of their last 2 seasons, and they kick off their season one of the toughest challenges against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts dominated the Texans last season with a 31-3 victory, followed by a 31-0 rout. What does head coach Lovie Smith think about starting their season with arguably their biggest challenge of the year?
I remember it when somebody dominates. I mean, I can tell you what happened in the 7th grade. You know, the game I lost, ask Coach Arnold, I can tell you a game we lost in. Especially when somebody beats you like that. It's a motivating thing as much as anything. I mean, for us to see exactly where we need to go. So no, we don't run from that at all. Can't run from our past. We can do something. We can change our past. That's what we're trying to do.
All right, the Judson Independent School District is kicking off its inaugural Operation Dogtags football game when the Wagner Thunderbirds host the San Marcos Rattlers this Thursday night at Rutledge Stadium. It will start a new district-wide tradition that will salute military veterans from the community, and will start with a meet and greet dinner tonight at the Wagner cafeteria that will include a uniform reveal with red, white, and blue jerseys with the veterans' name on it, and the first 500 fans of the game on Thursday will receive a commemorative dog tag for the event. And prior to kickoff, the Golden Knights will parachute into Rutledge Stadium to present the colors.
We have a strong base of veterans in the community here in Judson ISD, and we wanted to make a true connection with them. They've done so much, to serve our community and their sacrifice, that we want to make our student athletes, as part of growing leaders, we want to make them aware of their sacrifice and what it means.
And we have some breaking news. We'll be back with that right after this.
We've learned some new information about this accident involving a school bus here at I-37 in Hackberry. We've learned it's an SAISD bus, and the fire department is calling this a minor accident.
No reports of any kids on board. We have not seen anybody evacuated, but we continue to monitor the situation. More information at 6.